over his recent losses, the Oni sent enforcers to execute anyone who favored the ghosts. The mangled bodies of the innocent were displayed for all to see and became infected with hatred. These echoes of malice threatened to tear apart the barrier between the realms of the living and the dead. The echoes of malice caused Onibi to reappear, drawn by their hatred. The wind god Hu Jin revealed an altar knowing the ghosts needed aid. The altar granted the ghosts a blessing in the form of Hu Jin's wind catcher. It could be used to gather nearby Onibi and then hurl them at an object, such as an echo of malice. The Onibi cleansed the echo of malice, but there were more ahead. The ghosts continued onward, hoping the path would lead them to the Oni's enforcers. More of the Oni's followers appeared. The ghosts realized the Onibi could be turned against their enemies. There were many echoes of malice in this village. A massacre took place here. The ghosts needed to cleanse the echoes and rid the village of the Oni's followers. One ghost remained.
Out there somewhere.
No holding back!
With the echoes of malice cleansed and the Uni's followers defeated, a path opened before the ghosts. They hoped it would take them to the Uni's enforcers. The ghosts continued, eagerly awaiting their chance to bring the Uni's enforcers to. The ghosts arrived at a quarry, intent on tracking down the Uni's enforcers. Once again, they followed the trail made by the echoes of malice. The ghosts were ambushed by a malevolent spirit unlike any they faced before. It eluded the ghosts' attacks. They suspected that their new enemy could be anchored in place using Onibi from Hushin's Windcatcher. The Onibi anchored the enemy in place. Now the ghosts made their way into the quarry. The Uni's enforcers were nowhere to be seen. However, there were still plenty of enemies to kill. As the ghosts approached an outpost, they sensed a new presence. It had to be one of the Uni's enforcers.
What?
Right on target.
The ghost brought one of the Oni's enforcers to justice, but more remained, including their captain. The outpost, the captain would not go down easily. The ghosts arrived at a fortress held by the captain of the Onisan forces. They would use the Onibi once again to cleanse the echoes of malice and defeat the remaining enforcers. The fight to clear the courtyard drew out the ghost's prey. The captain of the Onisan forces finally showed his face, and the battle to destroy him began. With the captain of the Onisan forces cut down and all echoes of malice removed, the Onibi were drawn elsewhere. The ghosts stripped away the Oni's power and protections bit by bit. Soon they would face the Oni himself. Oni's enforcers defeated, the ghosts picked up the trail of the Oni's general. He was a malevolent spirit who blocked the way to the Oni himself. The ghosts learned the general was encamped on a hilltop outpost and set out to find him. As they neared the general's outpost, the ghosts came under attack from a fire spirit. Fortunately, Lai Jin granted them the gift of his storm. It would protect them from the fire spirit's attacks. The fire spirit was vulnerable up close. More fire spirits battered the ghosts with blazing volleys. Fortunately, Lai Jin's storm continued. An echo of malice blocked the ghost's path. The wind god Hu Jin saw the ghost's need and granted them his gift once again. They could use Hu Jin's wind catcher to gather Onibi and use them to cleanse the echo of malice. Only one ghost remained.
Something there?
Keep fighting.
Don't scare me!
Never saw it.
A single ghost remained.
A clean kill.
The ghosts cleared the outpost, but the Oni's general was nowhere to be seen. The wind urged the ghosts further up the hill. As they pressed forward, the ghosts encountered a deadly new enemy that wielded Onibi as a weapon.
I see fire!
The Oni's general had evaded the ghosts for now. If the Oni's general wasn't at his outpost, then he was likely at the Oni's castle. The ghosts stormed the Oni's castle, determined to vanquish the Oni's general. An echo of malice blocked their way into the courtyard. Once again, Hujin's wind catcher would clear the way. The general was determined to stop the ghosts, and sent more of the Oni's followers to block their path.
Prepare yourself! No holding back!
The ghosts were victorious, but the Oni's general was nowhere to be found. There was still one place the ghosts hadn't looked. A small homestead long thought abandoned. A path opened that would take the ghosts there. A lethal group. The otherwise unremarkable homestead was covered with Onibi. The Oni's general had to be here.
Come to me, brother!
No holding back!
Come to me, brother!
Stood alone.
Stay down!
Nothing can sever my bond of fealty to the Oni. I trained him to become who he is today. In death, I'll slaughter anyone. In death. In death. In death. In death. In death. I'll slaughter any who seek to harm him. In death. I'll slaughter any who seek to harm him.
Like the malevolent spirit the ghosts faced before, the Oni's general proved nearly impossible to strike. Only be from the catcher with anger on his face and give the ghosts a fight like that. The Oni's general fell, and the Onibi finally left the realm of the living. Now, the ghosts were ready to strike their killing blow against the Oni himself.